I think another question related to, with your attendance, seminar attendance, right? Can I finish that?
Sure, go ahead.
So because attendance is related to our funding next year, right? What do we think about how to really encourage parents, students register with the school system and make sure that their expectation for the distant learning will match what they want to really entice them to register? And that's critical for the next year.
I think you're raising a really big question, Dr. Wu. I think it was mentioned at the May legislative meeting on Monday that they were talking about making sure we maintain a high enrollment because through September 30th, at least, because our funding will be determined by the number of students who are in school. Dr. Martirano, has anybody looked at that and
No.
got ready a message to encourage people to be in school, to register for this school year? Are we doing a lot of messaging on that?
Yeah, I raised the issue earlier in the work session. Anything associated with funding, I had a very detailed conversation today with the HCEA President Colleen Morris, who is on the line. We all need to watch and monitor our enrollment to make certain that our students are engaged, but also recognizing that that is the main indicator for state funding, the enrollment. And although granted, they're lagging numbers based upon 2 years and when we get our monies, et cetera, we have to clearly watch that for our projections for our budget. And all of us need to be highly engaged in that. So I'm looking at a number of indicators, as I stated earlier, of things I want to report out to the board. And one of those is our ongoing enrollment, our September 30th numbers, but not just September 30th, ongoing, and the trends in registration. I can tell you right now, and I'll give specifics to the board tomorrow, where we are with our kindergarten registrations that are way down right now in terms of where we would typically be. That is a primary indicator right now. If that's a primary indicator of other things, what's it look like with the total enrollment for our school system at each grade level? And principals are expected to begin that engagement process to monitor that. And then other indicators that I want the board to be aware of, which I'm sure you are, there's great concern now, and these are lagging indicators, of leases of our families that have apartment leases that they may not be able to renew, and how that has an implication for enrollment as well. So all of those issues, Ms. Ellis, are being taken under advisement, and I appreciate any additional conversations you can have at the state level. I will continue to advocate at my.
Okay, so I see that Mark Blum has raised his hand. He hasn't spoken this evening. We'll go straight to you, Mark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mark Blum, General Counsel. I just wanted to reference to the board on the topic you're talking about, that there are beginning discussions about the possible need to seek some legislative relief on the issue of the September enrollment count and the unexpected and negative impact that it could have on funding. So there are some discussions underway about seeking legislation that would change the trigger date from this September 30th, 2020 to either, for example, last year's September 30th count, or maybe a 3-year average, et cetera. So those are just percolating up now, and we will be bringing them up to the board, but I wanted you to know that that issue is on the radar, and I suspect that we will be asking the board to support legislation to counteract any unexpected enrollment, a revenue drop that would come from unexpected enrollment drop.
Okay.
So can I add one comment?
Okay.
I think the point is we're able to create a digital learning which is attractive, and then the parents and the student want to register for the full enrollment. That's a critical part. If the parents and students feel they'll be able to learn something useful, it's fun, I think that's where they'll be encouraged by themselves to join the school system.
Okay.